Good afternoon and welcome. And warning, the following review of this is going to be so intensified. So intense that I gotta scream. I can't scream. I can't scream. Okay, what I'm saying is I have two good news. One, Anime NYC badges. I got my freaking badges. I can't wait to hang out. Although I didn't get the 3-day pass, but at least I got single day passes. That's number one. Number two, this review of Harem in the Harem, Labyrinth, and Another World. All I can say is this: bravo! You warm my heart. You touch my heart. For the last 3 episodes of Harem in the Labyrinth, Another World, for the last 3 episodes of it, we have seen our MC rise above every measure. Killing bandits, killing tree monsters, building up his own harem. And buying Roxanne was a first nonetheless. And yeah, the fan service, we may not get as big fan service as interspecies reviewers, which, by the way, interspecies reviewers, it will go down as one of the best animes ever. I will take a stand on that. Now we get to episode 4. Not the censored version. We're going dive into the uncensored version of it. Because the uncensored version gave us what we wanted. It touched my heart. The MC did what he had to do, and I damn well gonna say it. He scored better than the MC from freaking World's End Harem. And that guy sucks. But this guy right here, he did it. Michigo, you did it. You accomplished things that no man in harem could ever do. In some harems we have seen, in the average harem animes that scored like smashing, they don't really do it. Sure, they can have a bunch of characters. Sure, they can have a bunch of women on their side, but they don't smash yet until like later in the episode. But this right here, this guy did it. Not counting interspecies reviewers, but the point is, he did it. Oh, by the way, redo of Healer, that guy too. He got him in the second episode. Kiryu got the Princess Flare. But other than that, I know this kind of review a little longer, but let's get right to it with the review of Harem, Labyrinth, in Another World, episode 4. Now, the reason I'm so excited about this episode was because this guy not only bought Roxanne, but damn well did it. And I understand that everybody's like looking at this and say, is this belong in a hentai website? Like if you type in the hentai, if you go to any hentai website, is that gonna be there? To be honest, no. I don't really see that because it's not like, I don't think it's gonna be up there because it's not like that, but it's gonna be on Rule 34, I'll give you that. But anyway, now that he got Roxanne, Roxanne still treated like a slave, and for our guy, he's doing things the right way. He wants to make her welcome instead of treating her like a slave, like legit a slave. So he does everything to make sure she feel more welcome. And that's what this episode about. Just have Roxanne be more welcome. Now, I will say this. Do I think Roxanne is best girl of summer 2022? I want to say yes, but part of me is saying no. Like she's top 3 because I'm looking at the other 2 girls that could be like potential best summer girls for 2022. One of them is that girl with the succubus that kissed that boy with the white hair. I've seen her a lot in the photos, and I've seen the episode, but I forgot her name. But yeah, her. That's one. The one that kisses the boy to get magic. That's the other one. The other girl, I think, is the vampire girl from Call of the Night. Those are like the 3, and then Roxanne. So I'm looking at these 3, and I'm like, there are fight going on for best girl. But that's a different topic in another way. Let's go back to the review. So Roxanne is being, she's still treated she's still treated like a slave, but he wants to make her feel welcome, and he can't fantasize on the tits. Which, by the way, uncensored, ready to go, keeping that uncensored of the boobs, way to go. Anyway, so to get her prepared, he buys like the essentials, potions, shields. Even though he got a sword, even though he's the sword, he's still trying to get her to buy a shield and get her a sword and everything, garments, everything to make her a warrior to protect him. Like Raftalia protected now for me. Like Freya, Setsuna, Eve, and the sister, for all the people that's helping Kiryu from Redo of Healer. Which, by the way, really good show. So he buys all the parts that he could feel welcome. There were moments that he tried, like, okay, sit on his bed. Just sit. See, and she keep calling him master. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. It reminds me of Monster Misune when they keep calling him darling, darling-kun, darling. I'm like, oh my God, just say his real name. But the master part, really good. Oh, and by the way, she's always been barefooted. So this was the first gift that he gave her is some slippers. Some shoes that it goes the size. Like, if you have big feet, it goes straight to, like, if these little shoes make it big. You know what I mean? But that was the first gift she ever gotten. So yeah, really good. And the hair, the wolfkin hair is just all that. All that. Now we get to the best part ever. Nighttime. We get to see our beloved character in Roxanne, trying to fix their equipments, if you know what I mean. On the one hand, she had to remove her garments. Now he's strict, honest. I like him. He don't want to like go off the disc like every harem, like don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look. He tried. He don't want to look. I mean, he looked for a second. Then, when Roxanne took off her garments, made some olive oil and picked the sword thing, it's really good. Not to mention the bathing part. And and even if I get to that, I'm going to say this. You got to give props to that owner. He said he get a double bed. Now, here's the thought I was thinking like a 2-bed, like a bump bed going out, or 2 beds. But no, 1 single bed, double bedded, like props for the owner. Now, he knows he was thinking. Then he gave him a bucket of water for him to wash each other's backs, which is really good. But the great thing about that was when he washed Roxanne's back, all he did was just rubbing her boobs. We wish we was him. We wish we was him. And at the end of the day, I'm happy for him. If there was a crossover between this show and interspecies reviewers, do you have any idea how Zell and Stunk will look at him, and Cream will look at him and say, props, man, you got props. Just imagine that crossover. Harem, Labyrinth, Another World, and you got interspecies reviewers. You put the crossover together, I kid you not, that's going to be the greatest crossover in the history of time. Okay. And then, he went in. I mean, not only filming her boobs and then filming her hair, but also the tail, like making a tail with. And you gotta love that motion that she got on 04 and start moving her hips down and showing off the tail. She got good hips. And then, of all that, after washing each other's back and their hairs and all that in their bodies, fantasize, and he still fantasizes on the boobs. The magical day has happened. You see, this guy is a virgin. Back then he was a virgin, no question. Back then he was. Never got a girl, never kissed a girl. This was the first of his time. And what better way to lose his virginity than losing to a girl who is not only a wolfkin, but is hot as hell. I mean, have you seen her boobs? Really freaking big. And I mean like legit. Not like Aiken related, but still really hot. And they showed everything. Like, Redo of Healer, uncensored version, showing everything. I mean, like, legit. And him kissing her and kissing her boobs. It's like, again, it's like looking at a hentai, but it's not even like, it's not like hentai related. you know how people say, I can't believe it's not hentai. This is what it is. Now people gonna make an argument: is this hentai or is it anime? It would like what category it is? Because for one thing, for damn sure, so far this is 4 episodes, and not one of them not even one episode is on a hentai website. Sure, it could be on Rule 34, but it ain't gonna be like, I don't see it. We will see some adventures of them together, and his harem is gonna grow even more. Now, after smashing her, next morning they go in with a kiss. I mean, he did say that every morning he gets a kiss, and he still got a boner. So it's like, you know what? They're off to the journey of they're off after smashing. They go into the labyrinth. I guess it's like a wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. It's gonna go like that for this guy's life, and I gotta tell you, this guy is doing it, and I respect him. I respect him for what he's doing. And by God, I salute you. You spent 3 episodes working your way up to buy Roxanne, and this is it. So all I can say is, to all the harems out there, all the male harems who got all the guys, and never even smashed one of them, watch this guy. Watch this guy. Because I tell you right now, he's doing it. He did it. I am so proud of this episode that, no words can describe how I feel. Like, talk about excitement. This is a 10 out of 10. This is a 10 out of 10 episode. Like they went the boundaries. That line is saying that they crossed over, and they did it with a passion. Props for you guys. And you know what? Because now I really, 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 really need the Interspecies Reviewers DVD. I kid you not. If I find any Species Reviewers DVD, Anime YZ, I'm buying it. And if this comes out with a DVD, I'm definitely going to buy it. But like I said, very, very, very good episode, because I salute this guy for what he did. And like I said, this episode was not really about them adventuring. Next week, they're going on adventures. They're going to the Labyrinth. But this episode was just the love, the things that he had to do for Roxanne, and the fan service. Got a raise, and he got that raise, and he got the equipment to go for it. And that right there, we thank you. So like I said, I can't wait to see how next week's episode is going to be. I hope they don't take out as much fan service like they did before. Like it's going to be this fan service, not fan service. Fan service, not fan. Like high, low. Keep the fan service as what it is. And let's see. So I look forward for next week's episode of it, and I'm sure you will.